What if I told you that lifting heavy might be the very reason you're not growing? Yeah, I know that sounds crazy. But here's the truth. It's not about how much weight you lift, it's about how you lift it. And light weights? They're not just for beginners or rehab. Used the right way, they might actually be your shortcut to faster muscle gains. With less pain, better form, and results that show up quicker than you'd expect. Most people think you need to go heavy or go home. That if you're not maxing out, you're wasting your time. But here's the plot twist. Science and real-world results are proving that muscle growth comes from tension, not just load. And by the end of this video, you'll have a full step-by-step strategy to build muscle faster, using lighter weights, smarter training, and a powerful nutrition plan to fuel the process. So if you're tired of spinning your wheels, stuck in the same routine, or dealing with constant soreness and no progress, this might be the most important video you've ever watched. Let's go. In our first tip, let's talk about something most people overlook: how light weights can actually lead to serious muscle gains. You see, it's not always about how heavy you lift. It's about how smart you train. Light weights give you that golden opportunity to really connect with your muscles. Imagine doing a set of lateral raises where you actually feel every inch of the movement, instead of just swinging dumbbells around like a human windmill. That's where the magic starts. With light weights, your muscles stay under tension for longer, and that's exactly what sparks muscle growth. Think of it like this: cooking meat low and slow makes it tender and juicy. Lifting light and slow, same thing for your gains. You get to squeeze, contract, and control every rep with precision. That means less stress on your joints and more focus on the actual muscle. It's like upgrading from a dull butter knife to a razor-sharp blade. Everything gets more efficient. And here's the kicker: training this way helps you stay consistent. When you're not constantly fighting against joint pain or chasing ego lifts, you show up more, you train harder, and you grow faster. Would you rather bench heavy once a week and burn out, or train smart 4 times and build muscle without breaking yourself? It's a choice. And up next, you'll see the science that proves it's the right one. Now, let's dive into the science. But don't worry, we'll keep it simple and straight to the point. The truth is, muscle fibers don't care how much weight you're lifting. They care about how hard they're working. When you push a set to the point of fatigue, your body kicks into gear and starts adapting. That means whether you're lifting 25 pounds or 75, what matters most is that your muscles are challenged to their limits. Studies have shown that when you train to failure, that point where your muscles are literally begging for mercy, both light and heavy weights can trigger similar levels of muscle growth. But here's where light weights shine: better control, smoother form, and way less stress on your joints. That's not just smart, that's sustainable. You're not just building muscle, you're building longevity. Let's be real. No one wants to end up with sore elbows or aching knees just from trying to grow their chest. That's why this method is so powerful. It works with your body, not against it. And when you combine this with the right strategy, reps, tempo, intensity, that's when things really start changing. So, how do you apply this in the real world? That's exactly what we'll cover next. Okay, now in our next tip, we will break it down step by step in practice to help you get the best results. Because knowing the science is great, but applying it, that's where the real gains are. First, grab a weight that's around 40 to 60% of your max. If you can bench 200 pounds, you'll want to use 80 to 120 for this style. Now, instead of powering through fast reps, slow it down. Try going 3 seconds up, 3 seconds down. Feels different, right? That's your muscle waking up. Next, aim for the 12 to 20 rep range. It's not about chasing numbers, it's about chasing the burn. Your goal is to get close to failure with perfect form. And if you really want to build muscle fast, sprinkle in intensity techniques like supersets, rest pause sets, or even a nasty little drop set at the end. For example, pair chest flies with push-ups, no rest in between, and just try not to feel the pump. This approach forces your muscles to stay active longer, creates more metabolic stress, and gives your body a serious reason to grow. Don't believe it? Try doing 20 slow, controlled bodyweight squats. No bouncing, no shortcuts, just pure tension. That burn? That's where the growth happens. And believe me, when you train like this, the results don't take long to show up. Here's the part no one talks about: why this method gets you results faster than traditional heavy lifting. When you train with light weights and proper intensity, your body recovers quicker. That means you can hit those muscle groups more often during the week. More frequency equals more total volume, and guess what? Volume is one of the main drivers of muscle growth. While others are stuck waiting days to recover from brutal ego sessions, you're already back in the gym, building muscle. And it's not just about frequency, it's about consistency. When you're not wiped out after every workout, it's easier to stay in the game. That's the key to real progress. A consistent, well-recovered lifter will always beat the guy who trains like a beast one week and disappears the next. For example, training shoulders 3 times a week with controlled lateral raises and overhead presses will build better definition than going all out once a week with sloppy heavy presses. So while most guys are chasing personal records just to impress the mirror, you'll be quietly stacking muscle gains in a way that's smarter, safer, and way more sustainable. Let's clear up one big misconception right now. Just because you're lifting light doesn't mean you're getting off easy. In fact, it's quite the opposite. With light weights, you are the one creating the intensity. There's no momentum to hide behind, no shortcuts. You have to stay mentally locked in and push yourself right into that uncomfortable burn zone, the exact place where muscle growth happens. That takes real grit. Picture this. You're doing dumbbell curls with 15 pounds, but you're moving slow, squeezing at the top, and not letting those arms rest for a second. By rep 17, you're shaking. Your brain's screaming, "Stop!" But that's where the transformation begins. That level of focus builds not only muscle gains, but mental strength. And trust me, learning to embrace the burn, it's a game changer that'll translate into every lift you do. This method builds a type of discipline most lifters never develop. Anyone can load a barbell and grunt through 5 sloppy reps. But staying in control, pushing through discomfort, and holding form when your body says, "Quit," that's next level. And if you think this approach sounds intense, wait till you see how it all comes together in your weekly training plan. Now it's time to take action. Because all this knowledge means nothing if you don't put it to use. Choose 1 or 2 muscle groups, maybe your chest and shoulders, and commit to training them with light weights this week. Use the methods we covered: slow reps, high tension, intensity techniques. Track your reps, focus on the burn, and pay attention to how your body responds. In just 14 days, you might start noticing definition where you never had it before. Here's a simple challenge to get you going. 3 workouts, 3 days, 0 excuses. Let's say Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Pick 3 lightweight movements per workout and go hard. For your chest, try slow push-ups, cable crossovers, and incline dumbbell flies. Keep the form tight and chase the burn. You don't need a gym packed with machines, just your determination and the right strategy. Because here's the truth. If you don't try this now, you'll keep spinning your wheels, wondering why your muscle gains are stuck. But if you do try it, even for 1 week, you might just unlock a level of muscle growth you've never experienced before. So the real question is, are you willing to train smart, or do you want to keep lifting heavy and going nowhere? Here's something most people overlook when switching to light weights. Your body still needs serious fuel to grow. Just because the weights are lighter doesn't mean your metabolism is slowing down. In fact, with higher reps and more time under tension, you'll burn more calories and demand more recovery. That's why your nutrition has to be spot on. You need a balance of high-quality protein, healthy fats, and smart carbs to keep those muscle gains coming. Let's start with protein, the foundation of any muscle-building diet. Aim for around 1 gram per pound of body weight daily, spread across 4 to 5 meals. Great sources? Think eggs in the morning, grilled chicken or salmon for lunch, a post-workout whey shake, and Greek yogurt or cottage cheese at night. Pair these with fats like avocado, olive oil, or mixed nuts to boost hormone levels and keep your energy steady throughout the day. Now, don't fear carbs. They're your muscle-building allies, especially when training with light weights. Oats, rice, potatoes, bananas. These are your go-to sources before and after workouts. They'll give you the energy to push through long sets and help refill your glycogen stores after. Want a simple pre-workout combo? Try a banana with a scoop of peanut butter and a black coffee. Clean, effective, and gets the job done. Now it's your turn. Are you going to try this or keep doing what's clearly not working? You've got the knowledge, the strategy, and the plan to finally build muscle without breaking your body. So, what's stopping you? Drop a comment telling me which muscle group you'll train with light weights first. And before you go, watch the video on the left where I break down the biggest muscle-building mistakes holding you back. Don't miss it.